In 2003, a team of thieves broke into a vault that was supposed to be impossible to break into. 10 layers of security, a lock with 100 million possible combinations, all of it buried underground, in the most guarded few blocks in the entire diamond world. They walked out with over $100 million in diamonds, gold, and cash. They didn't trip a single alarm. And then they got caught because of a sandwich. The city is Antwerp, Belgium. If you've ever owned a diamond, there's a real chance it passed through here. Antwerp handles around 80% of the world's rough diamonds. It is, basically, the bank vault of the diamond business. At the center of it sits a building called the Diamond Centre, and under that building was a vault the whole industry treated as a fortress. To even reach the vault room, you had to beat a stack of security systems, all working together. Let me walk you through them because it matters. A combination lock with 100 million possible codes, a separate custom key that only worked alongside the right combination, heat sensors and motion sensors ready to catch a warm human body moving in the dark, a magnetic sensor on the vault door set to scream the instant that door opened, a sensor in the floor to feel anyone drilling, light sensors, cameras, a private security team, and a steel door you simply cannot blow open. The people who ran it believed nobody could beat all of that at once. One man decided to try. His name was Leonardo Notarbartolo, and his greatest weapon was patience. Notarbartolo wasn't some random burglar. He was an experienced jewel thief from Turin, Italy, and he had a crew, a small team of specialists, each one brilliant at one thing: a lock and alarm man, a mechanic, a man who could talk past almost any electronic system. Police would later call them the School of Turin. Their plan didn't start with breaking in. It started with belonging. Years before the heist, Notarbartolo rented an office inside the Diamond Centre. As far as anyone knew, he was just another diamond dealer. That rented office got him a tenant ID and a key to the building. It got him his own safe deposit box inside the very vault he was planning to rob. And most of all, it got him time. Time to walk those halls over and over until he knew the building better than the guards did. This is the part people miss. The crew spent something like 2 years getting ready. 2 years. They studied the guards' routines, when they came, when they left, when they got lazy. They learned how the alarm system thought, so they could think one step ahead of it. He even hid a tiny camera near the vault to secretly film the combination as a worker dialed it in. He hid it inside a fire extinguisher box, pointed right at the dial. Slowly, quietly, the impossible vault gave up its secrets to a man everyone thought was a customer. Then came the weekend of the heist, and here's the part that's almost funny. After all that high technology, the crew beat the vault with simple, low-tech tricks. The heat and motion sensors, they covered them. A homemade shield over a sensor, a little hairspray, some tape, and it goes blind. The light sensor that should notice the room lighting up, covered. The magnetic alarm on the door, the one built to scream the second that door opens, they got around it. They had the combination from the hidden camera. They had a copy of the key. The door that was supposed to stop the world's best thieves simply opened for them. Once they were inside the vault room, they had hours. No alarms, no guards, just time. They went down the wall of safe deposit boxes and pried them open, one after another, more than 100 of them. Diamonds, gold, jewelry, cash. They grabbed what they could carry, and they left a fortune behind on the floor, because there was simply too much to take. And the cameras? Earlier, the crew had pulled the real security tapes and loaded in old footage from quiet nights. So while they robbed the place, the guards' monitors showed a calm, empty, peaceful vault. Then they let themselves out, through the building, into the parking garage, and onto the street a full block from the guarded front entrance. By the time anyone knew anything, they were gone. And so were the diamonds. For a few hours, it was the perfect crime. They never should have been caught. The diamonds weren't insured as one big pile. The loot was already being split up. The vault couldn't even tell investigators exactly what was missing. The crew just had to disappear quietly. But one of them got nervous about the evidence. The receipts, the tape, the trash from the job. The smart move is to burn all of it. Instead, one crew member dumped a bag of garbage in the woods, along a quiet country road. That road happened to belong to a man who was sick and tired of people littering on his land. He found the bag. He called the police. And inside that bag, along with the other evidence, was a half-eaten salami sandwich. On that sandwich was DNA. And the DNA matched Leonardo Notarbartolo, the man who studied a vault for years, who beat 10 layers of security without setting off a single alarm, was undone by a sandwich he didn't finish and didn't burn. Notarbartolo was arrested and sent to prison for 10 years. A few of his crew were caught too. But here's the wild part. Almost all of the diamonds were never found. To this day, more than $100 million in stones is simply gone. Years later, Notarbartolo told his own version of the story, that a diamond dealer secretly hired him as part of an insurance scam. Police were never sure how much of that was true. With a man like this, you never really are. Here's the thing about the Antwerp heist. The vault didn't fail. The technology mostly worked exactly the way it was designed to. What failed was the assumption underneath it, the belief that a polite dealer with an office and a key and a friendly face couldn't possibly be the threat. They guarded against drills and explosives. They never guarded against patience. The strongest vault in the world got beaten by a man who simply moved in and waited. And then he beat himself with his own garbage. That's how the trick works. This was snake oil. There's always another con, so subscribe and don't get fooled.